What is up, guys, and welcome back to episode number 12 now of the My Player Career Mode here on YouTube. We're obviously still at Hull in chasing our first Premier League goal for Hull City. We yet to get one here at Hull, which is very, very annoying. The fact that we haven't scored a Premier League goal, again, it's weird, because it's like we had a great early performance in the pre-season tour when we came back here to the KCOM Stadium, but then since then, haven't really managed to create much chance in terms of a goal for ourselves. But looking to get our first one here, if possible, here up against Newcastle in this first game of this episode. Going to be interesting because they are one of the new signings that have come up after obviously getting relegated in the real life. They are sat in the Championship at the moment, in real life at the moment, but we are a season into this career mode right now at Hull, so they did bounce back literally straight away in that one. They have a very good side as well, I have to say. Some very big players there at St James's Park, and there's no doubt, or there's no sort of question about them possibly coming back up in real life this season. They have such a big ground, a big fan base, and loyal fans as well, so there's no reason why they can't get themselves back up to the Premier League. The first chance of the game, though, did fall our way. 27 minutes into it, I managed to take a strike with myself, but unfortunately couldn't get it either side of the goalkeeper, and it pretty much straight at the goalkeeper. Into the 50th minute now, we send through my teammate, a lovely through ball to get him into a position to try and shoot and score a goal, but unfortunately he hit his strike straight at the Newcastle goalkeeper. So into the 63rd minute of the game now, cut inside, lovely play from me. Get the ball into Klukas, I do believe, on this right-hand side, who cuts back inside, gives it into one of the men in the middle. I aimed that to come to me, but it didn't. In the end, it overran and went to my teammate, who took the strike on regardless and sent it just wide of that bottom corner. So, unfortunately, we were unable to get ourselves a goal in this one. It was pretty much all us throughout the entirety of the game. The chances you saw there were the biggest chances that we had. Newcastle really didn't pose that much of a threat going forward. You can see as well, in terms of what the boss said about us, we actually wasn't as bad as I was expecting, because at the moment we're not really hitting good form, but we are playing at a decent rate in every game. We are playing at a 7.6 rather there, which is a very, very weird one, considering the fact that we missed a chance and didn't really do too much in front of goal. So the fact that we're still getting good ratings, even though we are not scoring goals, which is effectively what we are in the side to do, is very, very strange, and I can't quite understand now how we are getting such a good rating, even though we're not doing what our job is effectively here at Hull. But looking to bounce back here against West Brom, we do need to try and hit that first Premier League goal. And if we hit that first Premier League goal, I do believe myself that once we hit it, we will be able to score even more here for Hull. So I just really want to try and get that first goal out the way. Once that's gone in the back of the net, fingers crossed, we're able to continue scoring goals. That's pretty much what happened at MK Dons. We had to wait a while for our first goal, and when we did get it after getting obviously injured, we came back and then ended up scoring quite a few goals for the MK Dons. So looking to do the same for Hull here. Once we get our first goal on the board in the Premier League, maybe that'll stir us on and maybe get a few more. Straight from the first minute, though, we stole the ball off West Brom here, and that was the side that we were playing in the second one, and sent our strike just wide of that bottom corner. So 2 minutes in, we could have had the dream start here at the KCOM Stadium, but 44 minutes now, lovely through ball out to this left-hand side by me into my teammate there, who whips the cross back in. Get a lot of luck here with the effective clearance, bouncing straight to the path of one of the Hull City players. Has his efforts saved brilliantly in the goal by the West Brom goalkeeper. I don't actually think that it was Ben Foster in the West Brom goal today, so it was a bit of a weird one, that one. It was Gaita, I think, in the goal for West Brom, but 47 minutes into the game, we managed to create a chance for ourselves yet again, down this left-hand side, causing the bit of danger that we needed. Cut inside of Johnny Evans, who really didn't read what I was going to do there. Square the ball straight into Robertson, who makes it Hull City 1, West Bromwich Albion 0. So we're still in search of our first Premier League goal, yet we have ourselves an assist here. And I do want to mention as well, I could have tried to take that on myself and taken the strike on, but even though I would like to get myself on a score sheet, the most important bit is the team results, and that's exactly what I was going for there. Cut inside of Johnny Evans, a lovely bit of skill to get past him, or rather, it wasn't really much skill, all I did was dribble past him. But in the end of the day, we are much quicker than Johnny Evans, and I would have liked to have thought in a foot race we could have won, and that's exactly what we did. Squared the ball into Robertson, who was in a very advanced position for the left back to be in, and 50 minutes into this game, we managed to get our team the lead in this one. Not us personally, but we were involved and managed to pick up the assist for that one. And it wasn't too long after that that the next chance fell in the game. I do believe we managed to create another one straight pretty much after, or straight from kickoff rather. It was West Brom straight from kickoff. Ended up knocking the ball around, keeping it between themselves. Gardner's actually at West Brom, which I think he's actually there in real life as well. He has a crazy long shot in FIFAs, and it's just absolutely mental when you get him on the ball sometimes. There's Matt Phillips there, who was absolutely instrumental in West Brom's victory over Leicester the other night. I don't know if you watched that in real life. He played absolutely brilliantly for them. Tests out the Hull City goalkeeper between the sticks, but he was equal to the strike. And then from the resulting corner, the header comes in, but it's cleared off the line from the Hull City man on the line, which is very, very good to see defensively. We are just as strong as we are going forward. As in the 63rd minute of this one, through ball comes to me, and Johnny Evans yet again, foot race into a position. This time he tries to get there after I took the touch inside, and yet again Johnny Evans is at fault for this one. 64 minutes in. Question is, was that just in the area or is it on the edge? Do we have a free kick here or do we have a penalty? And it was a penalty kick, and it was actually given to me. So he missed one in the shootout last episode, looking to not do the same here. I'm going to go to the left this time. I went to the right the last 2 times I've taken a penalty and missed both of those. So I went to the left this time, and thankfully we managed to slot that one home to make it Hull City 2, West Bromwich Albion 0. So Johnny Evans at fault for both of the goals at the moment. The former Manchester United man struggling, in all honesty, against us in the foot race. We were beating him 9 times out of 10. I wasn't, surprised. Put it this way, Johnny Evans isn't the quickest defender, and we do have a nice bit of pace here at Hull. So to catch him off guard a couple of times and get him into a position where he was uncomfortable defensively was what I was aiming to do. And the fact that we managed to get ourselves a penalty and actually score this one, not miss it like we have done in the past. If I'd have gone the same way, I normally always go to the right. That's always the side that I go to in FIFA. So if you ever come up against me on FIFA on Ultimate Team or online, just know that most of my penalties I always go to the right. So that's what I was thinking there in my head. But this time I went, we've missed 2 at the right hand side of the goal. I'm not going to go there again. Going to put it to the left, and thankfully this time we did score it. If I'd have gone to the right, it may have well been saved by Gaetan in that West Brom goal. Into the 72nd minute as West Brom tried to push men forward to get themselves back in this one. We caught them on the counter-attack with literally a through ball over the top. I chased onto it. That's pretty much this game plan was for the entirety of this game. Literally through balls and me just running after it. And Ryan Mason close to making it Hull City 3, West Brom 0. But unfortunately a decent save from Gaeta kept the score at 2-0. And into the 90th minute we had a chance to get ourselves a second goal. But again, pretty much straight at the West Bromwich Albion goalkeeper. Very poor in the end from me. I could have easily hit that to either side of him, but instead sent my effort straight at the goalkeeper, and it ended up being safe. So as you can see though, 2-0 victory on the day. We picked up ourselves an assist, and we also got a goal for ourselves. We actually won the penalty and stepped up and took it. As you can see though, the camera panning in on Johnny Evans, who had an absolute nightmare all afternoon. We rang him ragged. We were absolutely brilliant on the day. We had 5 shots. You saw 3 of those, literally. The other 2 weren't really worth showing you. We played at a 9.1 rating, so I think that's pretty much one of the highest ratings we've had so far in this series. Very nice to see. We've got ourselves our first Premier League goal as well. So like I said, I want that Premier League goal to stem me on and make me get a few more goals for Hull City. That's what I'm aiming to do here at Hull. If we can do that, I will be absolutely over the moon. I want to try and get myself on the score sheet more often. That's what my job here is to do at Hull. I'm a striker effectively, so my job is to put that ball in the back of the net. So the fact that we've got our first goal in the Premier League hopefully will stem us on to get even more. But it didn't get any easier for us in the Premier League, as we did travel over to Stamford Bridge to take on Chelsea. Antonio Conte's Chelsea has been absolutely brilliant in real life. They've switched to a 3 at the back formation, and it seems to be working wonders for Eden Hazard, who is now back to his best. And I was hoping that on the day Eden would be quite quiet in this one, because what I wanted to do was for me to be the loud one in this game and me to cause all the danger for the Chelsea back 3, I think it was. I think they actually play the same setup in FIFA as they do in real life. So if it was a back 3, I was looking thoroughly forward to this one, because I knew for a fact that a back 3, not a back 4, would be dangerous for Chelsea, especially the form that the Hull City side are in terms of creating chances as well. Because we've had a number of chances in this one. In this series, it's not all been the Hull City side letting us down. It's literally been me sometimes just missing my chances that I've been put through. So if we could get a few chances today against this very weak-end Chelsea side, there was a few players in there that I wasn't expecting to see. Vardy's actually in there for Chelsea, so Antonio Conte splashing out the cash on the second place goal scorer last season, or rather in real life. It's not last season in the game, because I don't actually know who won the Golden Boot for the Premier League last season in the game. So 3 minutes into this one though, we created the first chance. Lovely piece of play from me and Huddleston. Get myself a chance, but again, it's wasted. It's a wasteful chance. I should have absolutely buried that one. I tried to do a low-driven shot and ended up hitting it straight at the goalkeeper in Begovic for Chelsea. But 12 minutes into this, we took the lead, and it wasn't even me involved in this. Absolute wonder goal from Jake Livermore. It's a great cross from Robertson into a dangerous area, and for some reason the Chelsea defender doesn't attack it. It falls to Livermore, who still has a whole lot of work to do once this ball comes into him on this volley. Because I can tell you what, to actually be able to get a volley of this magnitude and put it into the corner like he does here, knowing that the Chelsea defender could have well got to it, he would have had to just hope the defender missed it. The defender did miss it, but he kept his cool and composure in front of goal and made it Hull City 1, Chelsea 0 at Stamford Bridge in front of the Blues fans. They would not be happy about conceding a goal like that. But the back 4, like I said, or the back 3, I don't know entirely what it was in terms of the Chelsea defence, was a very, very weakened defence. It was weird to see, actually, because I was expecting them to have a much better side here at Chelsea. But in terms of the side that they do have, they obviously do have Eden Hazard and people like that. They don't have as good a side defensively as what I was expecting. You know, in previous FIFAs, they've always signed stuff like, what's his name? I can't remember. Duran Boateng. They seem to always sign the similar defender, so I was expecting a similar sort of type thing here, but he actually didn't sign for Chelsea, so it was weird. So 24 minutes into this, Vardy trying to get Chelsea back into the game, goes down the right-hand side, cuts it into Ruben Loftus-Cheek, back to Willian. Willian's strike initially blocked. Eden Hazard, one of the danger men for Chelsea, had his header saved on the goal line. A very good reaction save from the Hull City goalkeeper to keep the score at 1-0. And 32 minutes into this, we managed to get ourselves on the score sheet. A very nice passing move from Hull City. We weren't really involved until the up until the start, and then we got ourselves into advanced position, and with my weaker right foot, we made it Hull City 2, Chelsea 0, 34 minutes into the game. I don't particularly like these types of finishes, though. I've mentioned it numerous times before. It goes through the actual player's body. It's a really a frustrating thing to see, because it's not realistic at all. The fact that it goes through my left leg and ends up with my right foot hitting it, yes, it's not realistic, but I'll take every goal we can get. So that's 2 goals now in 2 appearances here at Hull City, and as unrealistic as it was with the fact that it went through my leg into my other leg, I'm going to take every single goal that comes, because I basically need to score them. And after we got an England start, to then be dropped because we haven't scored a Premier League goal, or we didn't do too well in that England game, was very annoying for me. I felt as though I did just enough to be able to sort of not keep my side, but still stay on the radar of the England side. And had I have scored some goals in the Premier League, maybe it would have been a different story. Maybe we would have been playing in those final World Cup qualifying games, but we weren't, and that was very unfortunate. It's 49 minutes in, Ruben Loftus-Cheek sent his effort miles over the bar. He should have made it Chelsea 1, Hull City 2, but he ended up missing the open goal and basically just completely wasting the chance that fell in Chelsea's hand. My keeper was actually out of his net. He came to punch the ball, didn't manage to win it, and ended up giving Loftus-Cheek the chance to make it 2-1, but he failed to do so. Into the 70th minute now was Eden Hazard. Yet again, another wasted Chelsea chance, and it was so poor on the day from them finishing-wise, because Eden Hazard should have made that 2-1, and they should have been easily back into this one. The amount of chances they've had, you'd expect a team like Chelsea to be able to have taken some of those, and they didn't do on the day. But thankfully for us, it meant that we were still 2-0 up in this game, and we had a chance, actually, to make the game 3-0 into the 76th minute as Chelsea committed men forward. I stole the ball back from them. Well, basically, it was just me on the run. Had an effort at the end of it, though, but I sent my strike way over the bar, and it was so poor in the end. 84 minutes into this one, though, again, Chelsea committed men forward, left themselves open at the back. As you can see, it's a 4-on-3 situation at this point. I cut inside with a nice stop and turn, get into a good position in the end after the run was made to drag the defender out. Try and curl it into the top corner, but it comes back off the bar, and we are unfortunately not 3-0 up and don't have our second goal of the game. We could have had 3 goals in 2 games here had the bar not have struck there and stopped us from scoring that one. 89 minutes in, though, we win the header to flick it down here and get the ball back, and it's a really nicely worked goal, I can say. We get a lot of luck in the fact that the defender doesn't manage to keep the ball. Eventually, it does come back down to me on this right-hand side. We cut inside of the man with the Berber spin, is it called? I think it's the Berber spin. Get into a good position, square the ball off to Robert Snodgrass, who is happily waiting in the middle to smash that one into the back of the net to make it Chelsea 0, Hull City 3, and on the day, Chelsea made to pay for their missed chances. In all honesty, we didn't have too much quality difference than what Chelsea had, but we just took our chances. That's all the difference on the day. And at Stamford Bridge, to have had the chances that Chelsea did and missed them was very poor from themselves. And the fact that we managed to come away with a 3-0 victory here and pick up the full 3 points out of this one is even better for me. We got ourselves an assist and we got ourselves a goal. So the last 2 games of the episode have been an assist for myself and a goal, and we've managed to do it there against Chelsea as well. So things are looking up in terms of our personal performance, but not only that, they're looking up in terms of the Hull City performance as well. So very good to see, and hopefully this is a sign of better things to come for this series. So I want to thank you all so much for watching this episode of the My Player as well. I want to thank you all so much as well for 300 subscribers, because that's what we've just hit as at the time of recording this video. So mad thanks to you guys for that one. We've basically grown pretty much double my channel size in literally a month, which is absolutely crazy for someone of my channel size. You can see the stats on what we are looking at there: 2 goals and 2 assists in 6 Premier League games. But you look at the other bit, the 7 goals in 10 games, and you think that's actually not too bad. But obviously, 5 of those came in that pre-season toss, so you have to obviously not get confused with that one as well. Thank you all so much for watching this episode of the My Player Career Mode, and I will catch you all for the next episode of whatever video I make very soon. Adios.